connect. Good morning. I don't even have to cut out too much time. I've been having to cut out so much time that anyway, whatever.
Michelle coming?
Yeah, she's downstairs.
She needs a blanket.
Come on.
We got her balls.
Okay. I don't care about an update. Thank you. Right now. Yeah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, she said.
Blocks, definitely. Okay. Sweet. Sweet. Are we ready to start? Oh, I came straight from the studio. I thought at 6. So, I know.
She said, "Don't need to block here." Okay.
1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay. So, yoga in. Are we ready to move?
Always in the mood.
Always in the mood to move. I get the broken chair and the bright mat.
You're lucky.
No, it's special.
That's adjustable. You got a
She
special.
said no. Joyce? She said no.
No straps today?
No. Unless you really are begging for arms. I feel like I don't do that all the time.
I wept. Teeny tiny leaves on the teeny tiny stem.
Well, I saw him
Sorry, guys.
Where'd you see it?
in person.
Oh, I'm just talking about her berry bushes that are coming in her yard. Little teeny tiny things.
This is what mine were doing too. They're about this big. It's okay. Okay. I have been elsewhere teaching already.
You got our work.
Teaching. I taught a class this morning at 6. So, here we are. How are we doing? We good?
We're happy for you, Debbie.
Good.
We're excited for you as long as you keep
Sad for ourselves.
teaching us yoga.
I will be here every Wednesday, except for after next week, I'll miss 2 weeks. And they will not let me get a sub here, so. But I will do it online, but I just know most of you don't do it online. I know some of you do,
Yeah.
but not everybody. So next week we'll be here, it's the 26th, and then for the next 2 weeks, I am out of town. So they won't be live, I mean, I'll do them, but they won't be live, they'll be recorded. And they'll be coming from Nauvoo, Illinois.
Yay!
I am going back with a friend. She works, has been asked, she's an art dealer. And I don't know if you even call her an art dealer. She's the person that helps people buy art. Is that a dealer? Agent? I don't know. But anyway, they've got a gallery back in Nauvoo. And it is not doing well. All of Nauvoo is not. COVID made it even worse. But the problem is that the whole town is kind of centered around summer and people coming to visit. And then people go home and their businesses can't thrive. So they're actually seeking for, what can we do? So we're kind of thinking along the lines of doing some community stuff, So I get to go and see about maybe setting up some yoga, some kind of thing like that. I know, isn't that odd that I would be asked?
How would you do that?
I don't know. I just know nothing about yoga. So, I don't know. So anyway, we'll be gone for 2 weeks, so we'll be playing, working.
Great.
So, grab your ball. We're gonna start with our balls today, and you should have new balls by next week. So, some of these are really, this one isn't, but I pulled one out of there and threw it in the trash. That was like,
Is there another blanket? Tina just gave me.
did she? We can grab one. I'm not sure she needs one.
Well, there is one.
There is. There's not any of the Mexican ones, but there's some of these. Well,
Oh,
Good morning, good morning. Did Becky come with you?
okay.
I texted her this morning. No.
So, finding places in your, you don't have a hair elastic.
Debbie, how would you feel if Nancy came? She would be very, you know.
You totally, it's up to you. We totally could work on stuff. If she wants to give it a try, I'd love to have her.
She locked her in the mailboxes a couple of times.
So as we work today, okay, kind of paying attention to our breath. So finding the eyes closed, letting the breath be long and slow. We're gonna do this breath seated, and then we're gonna do it again when we're ended class at the end. It's a 3-part breath. It's called a Dirga breath. You don't need to know the Sanskrit. Okay, hands go onto your belly. As you inhale, we'll get to the other foot in a minute. Just pause the ball there. I want you to find a place and just kind of leave it. If it's a place that hurts, it's even better. Okay, because we're working on what the breath can do with where we feel pain and stuff. So again, we're always making sure that we're not back here, so that we've got a deeper than that is a great exercise unless it causes you intense, sharp pain. If you're recovering from even knee surgery, sometimes you have to do that. But this isn't what this is designed for, okay? This is designed, but this breath will help. So you're just gonna find a place. Mine is pretty much always on the inner arch close to the heel. That's where I usually feel mine. I try to put my foot down and just pause, okay? Hands go to the belly. For our 3-part breath, inhale for like about 4 counts. And exhale. As you inhale, let your belly rise, let it stick out. And as you exhale, let it fall. Now we're gonna pause at the top of that inhale. Inhale, pause, and exhale. Now, go ahead and breathe normal. Whenever you are doing a breath, learning a new breath, and we've done this before, but it's been a while. Anytime you're learning a new breath, in between you pause, you breathe normal, right? Remember, with the breath, we never, ever, ever want any strain through the forehead, behind the eyes, in the temples. It's not worth it. There are times we'll feel our throat tense or lock. Those are okay. Up here is not, okay? So go ahead and again, the hands on the belly, inhale. Pause and exhale. Now we're gonna add on, I'm gonna count. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Take your hands to your rib cage. Inhale, same inhale. And then exhale. Rib cage falls, belly falls, okay? And falls, because normally we do this on our back, it just pulls in. Take a normal breath. Normal inhale, normal exhale. We worked for a few weeks on this, that smooth breath. We worked for a few weeks on our box breathing. This is a total different kind of breathing. This is one where we actually let the body, we push it out. We push into that breath. Here we go, 4 counts, a pause, and then 4 more counts. Give it a try. Hands on the belly. Inhale. 3, 2, 1, pause. To the rib cage. Inhale. 3, 2, 1, pause. And exhale. All the way down. Take a normal breath, about 3 or 4 of them. Without rolling around on the ball, just pushing on maybe a sore place. Maybe it's like, well, I don't really have a sore place. Just find a place and pause. Here we go again. This time we're going to move the hands one more time to the sternum, the top of the chest, collarbones even. See if you can get the breath up into these collarbones. Hands here, go inhale for 3, 2, 1, pause. Hands to the ribs, inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Hands to the chest, inhale, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. It's like a rolling pin, just rolls and pulls everything back in, okay? Then breathe normal. Notice what's starting to happen to the body. You can feel it in the room. You can feel it's like this rush of getting here, I'm a little late, how's so-and-so doing, all of those kind of things that we come in with, we now have, they just kind of go off to the side, okay? We're gonna try and do 5 complete rounds. Try and see if you can pause at the top of this one as well. I'll count for 4, pause, and count for 4, and pause, and count for 4, and pause, and then the longest slow exhale you have. Slow, 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 slow. And again, if I'm looking at you and I'm watching you, right, and I'm seeing a strained face, this is what a strained face looks like. You start to see that there's some, maybe the eyebrows starting to lift, that, yeah, I'm gonna say, stop, okay? It's not more important to get the 4 count and the hold. It's more important to just, and the minute we learn this and we really start honoring our body right where it is, not where it used to be or where we want it to be, just right here, right now, when we honor it, it starts responding to us.
Debbie, when you're saying you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, when do we do it out?
Not till after, all the way.
That's when you get the straight face.
That's a strained face, right? So watch for just a minute, okay? The inhale, and I won't count because I can't count and breathe. Just say, so inhale. Same inhale. Same inhale. Exhale. All the way down. So that's what we're, okay, now, should we go to, let's do 3 breaths instead of 4. Give ourselves a little bit of a break, okay? Hands on belly. Inhale, 2, 3, pause. Hands to ribs. Inhale, 2, 3, pause. Hands to chest. Inhale, 2, 3, pause. Exhale. Was that difficult? Kind of. Not too bad.
Ran out of air in the third.
Ran out of air. So when that run out of air is where you just do a normal breath and come back in next time we do it. Make sense? Okay. Honor your body. Don't. Hey, I've stood at a counter. I've talked about peeling pears. I was 8.5 months pregnant. Okay. I had decided that we needed 5 bushels of pears. okay? And I'm doing all 5 in one day because they all go right in one day, okay? Right? They're ready to go. I don't want them to spoil. Can I tell you what my back was like when I went into labor 2 weeks later? I was miserable, okay? Honor your body right now. The smartest thing to do would have been to call a friend and say, would you like some papers? And I wouldn't have been out, right? So, here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, pause. Hands, inhale. 2, 3, pause. Hands, inhale. 2, 3, pause. And exhale. Yes, I can tell the difference. Nice. Take a normal breath. Let it come out your mouth, HA. Do another one of those. Inhale. Out through your mouth, HA. Pause with your eyes closed. Just breathing normal. Notice in your head maybe an openness. I feel like I've cleaned out some cobwebs, gone in there with a little tool and brushed away. But let's do one more round. Bring the hands to the belly, okay? If you would like, just breathe normal till we start. If you would like to go 4 breaths, 5 breaths, go for it, okay? So technically, this is how you learn to increase your lung capacity, okay? When you inhale, remember which way the diaphragm goes?
Out.
It's a muscle that goes from the ribs all the way around, and it's like this big, it looks like this, all the way around. It's like this big circle muscle. As you inhale, it actually pushes down, which is why you can push the belly out, okay? And the more you can, it's a muscle. The more you can work that going up and down, the better, okay? Next week, we'll do a breath where we move it faster, because even moving it faster is fabulous. And it's just it's kind of exciting. You sit and work with your breath, and then you notice that it increases. And then when you try for the slow breath that we worked on for a couple of weeks, that slow breath is like, oh, I have more capacity, okay? So, hands on the belly. Last round. Inhale, as long as you want. Pause. Hands move to the ribs. Inhale. Pause. Hands move to the chest. Inhale. Pause. And exhale. And then just breathe normal. And then change the ball to the other side and roll it around. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. So I just remember, and I've shared some of this, but I was taking a yoga class. We were on the floor. We were doing all this kind of stuff with our legs up in the air, out to the side. Go ahead and move it around on the other foot. And somebody asked the teacher, where should my leg be? Now, as a dancer, the legs have to be, it's got to be here, or they're all out just to the side, right? You've seen even drill teams do that, okay? And the teacher's like, well, does that feel good? She goes, no, it really hurts. And she goes, well, you need to go and do what feels good. And she's like, what? That was a novel concept. I did the same thing. I was like, but it was my first understanding. Even when we're strengthening the body, go ahead and find a place. We're going to hold and push. Breathing deeply. Notice how once we get that diaphragm being a muscle, it's the same thing as some of the other muscles, okay? Notice how easy it is to move after class versus maybe when we first start class, okay? And that's the same thing that happens with our breath. When we're throughout the day We really don't think about the breath. And then go ahead and release. So I did a class and they won't be done for a couple of weeks. They'll be probably, I think we're gonna make them 8 inches long. They're tubes and they're really good for the fascia. You can use them all over the body, but we're gonna use them on our arms and our hands and our wrists. So I'm very excited. I made them short. They came like this, but we're making them short so that you guys can get in there and just feel the hands. It was kind of fabulous. So, ball in hand. Go ahead and squeeze. Yeah, getting that sensation of just the muscles using, how about working, using the muscles, right? And then switch to the other side and use that one as well. Squeezing it as tight as you can. Okay. And then take the ball in the first hand, take this hand on the thigh and just roll over the top of it. Each knuckle, each finger gets rolled over. We haven't always done this. This is something I would suggest doing every day. Finding that, yeah, just that range of motion. Moving around, then come up here onto the back of the hand. We've normally not done that. I want you to come all the way into the wrist. Yeah, you might find some places in that wrist that are like, ouch, stay there for a moment. I've got one right there. And then flip your palm over. Start with the wrist. Come around. Just making little circles. To me, it's easier to keep my other palm out than to hold it like this. You can't really roll the ball. And then go up the joints into each finger. Again, if you lose the ball, big deal. A couple times up each finger. Then we're going to go right into the palm of the hand. Try to do each knuckle. Into the palm, the edges close to the wrist, and then just kind of pause. You'll notice that when you push on it, it gets white, and then the blood flow is increased as it goes red. Remember doing that as kids, where they grab your wrist and you do all that kind of thing, and then you let it go. Yeah, so we're increasing blood flow. Go ahead and just move through that. That hand should feel just a little different than this hand, okay? Change hands. Yeah, I've got a hair elastic. So, honoring our body where it is now, loving on it right now, feeding it what it needs right now. Okay. And then go ahead, right on the top of it. I've got a lot of veins in the top of my hand. They just kind of move around. They actually love this. It actually will strengthen the walls of the vein as well. Come into the knuckle or up into the wrist. Feel if you've got any of those really sore places. If you do, good. Just stay there for a moment and then plop the palm over. Okay, start at the wrist. This is fabulous for arthritis. Yeah. So
This March ended on my right hand. I'm surprised.
Interesting, because you're right-handed, aren't you? Then go try the knuckles through the fingers. Are you right-handed?
Right.
Yeah. Maybe it's lack of use, I don't know. Do you ever trade hands when you're weeding? My right hand, when you're weeding out in the yard, my right hand gets tired sometimes. And then right into the palm, to the knuckles. Notice as you roll the ball, there's enough pressure that it gets a little white, right? So you know that you're kind of restricting blood flow and then letting it come back in. There you go. And then maybe up, feels good up the arm. And we'll just do a whole body this way, not just easy. Go ahead and put your ball down. Is it tingly?
It's true.
It's itches? Ooh. Okay, scratch it. All right. Roll through those shoulders. Sometimes, like when we learn a new breath or something, it might take us a little bit longer. But oh my goodness, the value of just being okay that you gotta learn something new, right? So make these we started just kind of moving, now make the circles as big as you can, enough that you're maybe going forward and sitting up straight, and then a little bit of a back bend and down and forward and up. And we've done quite a few this way. Change it. Take it back first and then up and then forward and down. Take it back and up and forward and down. Bend your elbows and let you get a little bit more rotation room in those shoulders. Make them big, those circles. And then just pause, one up to the ear and then the other. Just kind of going back and forth through that. And then take an ear to the shoulder and another ear. So you're just going back and forth across that, going from side to side. And then chin to the chest. Does anybody feel that? Is that just me? Just right there. It seems to always. Now, nod a little bit, just a little bit of a nod. Okay, you are trying to kind of go up and over something, looking down, pull the shoulder away, and then just this little nod, and then let the chin kind of move forward and back down, and maybe a little bit back behind, and back, and then bring the ear up. Take it over to the other side. I always feel this. We're going to do something today to strengthen the muscles of the neck. It's a little funky. Good luck with me. And then chin down and a little bit of a nod. So as all of this work is going this way, this shoulder pulls the opposite, okay? We're always looking for a little bit of that oppositional. Go ahead and bring the chin up. It's kind of bouncing. And then bring it down. And then take it maybe, that back behind is maybe tough. And then release. Head back up. Little rainbow smiley faces with your head. So from one side, you do the smiley face up, smiley face back. I don't like going up and around very often. Just go side to side. Your chin is still tucked. Take the shoulders up, go side to side with the head, and you'll feel the neck on the spine. And then go ahead and keep doing that, but drop the shoulders down. And then you get the stretch that comes even in between the shoulder blades. Yeah. And then come all the way up. Just look over one shoulder. Come back and look over the other. Beautifully done. And then again, just lift the chin. Not again, but lift the chin. So when you do this roll up, it's a little hard on the neck, the atlas and axis together there in the top of the spine. So I prefer this where it's just moving one direction. Although I'm reaching my chin up. Jut the chin forward, yeah, like you're sticking it out. And feel that stretch. And then go ahead and just take the chin to one side, it's staying up. And come back and take it to the other side. And then release it and come back. Okay. That should feel pretty good on those necks. Beautifully done. Take the arms out to the side. We are not using our straps today, but we are going to do some arm stuff. Okay, so little circles just down here. You're not up here. We're down by the side. Okay, slightly bend the elbows because then you actually can have it not just be arms, but let the shoulders can feel that the shoulders are working a little as well. Okay, and then I'd like you to feel if your hands are a little heavy. Yeah. So let those hands feel heavy. They're still, you see mine are a little cupped, right? And then reverse. We can go a lot longer, almost like your jump rope is that reverse, right? We're not tightening the hands, but it is that jump rope. Go ahead and reverse them again. Let me know when you start to feel the burn. And if you already are, great. And then reverse it one more time. Okay. And then release. Let them hang. I feel that all through my forearms, okay? And just shake them out. Grab that back of your chair, okay? So if you're back here, okay? It's okay. Let them bounce. Bend the elbows up, okay? Pull the shoulders on the back and just reach the chest forward. We're not lifting the head and doing this. We're just totally inverting the chest, sticking it out. Elbows are bent, they're reaching out. So you can grab the back of that chair if it helps. I love to put my forearms against the back of the chair, reaching out, stretch. But my head is staying straight forward for just a moment. See if you can feel the shoulders go wide. Make them stick out to the sides. I want to do this with my legs to help them stick out to the sides. So feel that push. Yeah. And then release. Head to the one side, head to the other side. So when we do that spreading of the shoulder, because the shoulder, when the shoulder goes, so does all this other stuff that supports and is connected to the shoulder. And when we create that space, it's a fabulous stretch. And what it does is it helps this neck, because normally we're here. We work a lot up here. This down and wide movement stretches this part of the trapezius muscle, okay? It also engages underneath the shoulder blade. So, right hand down, up and over. Hand behind the head, push the head back into that hand. Take some deep breaths here. And then we're just gonna do some little circles with that elbow up in the air. It's kind of a little different today. You're turned over. See if you can feel the work all the way down into the rib cage. Reverse that circle. I don't know about you, but reversing it just feels awkward. And then come back up. Hold on here, up and over. If you can't get the arm all the way up, that's really good. That's higher than I've seen that shoulder in a while. That's awesome. Take it over. Go ahead and bend. Yeah. And then little circles. Yeah. Notice which way is easier. You're still getting a side stretch. When we do the arm this way, it's connected to this rib, these ribs down here, a couple of them. And so they actually lift away from the hip. And they give us a great side stretch. Reverse that circle. Here's my awkward way. It's like my whole hand wants to go with it. It's okay. And then release and come all the way up. Roll through those shoulders again. Nicely done. Go ahead and round forward. Put your forearms on your thighs. Tuck your chin, and with your hands, you can do hands or you can do forearms. Really push down and forward and pull the ribs back. Now I want you to engage your feet. Push down into the floor with your feet and push them forward as well. So you should feel a pretty darn good stretch, yes, on your low mid-back. Stretch that out and then release it. Just lean. Let your chest kind of come down. And then we're going to go back, pushing your forearms. If you want to use hands, you can. But forearms gives me a little bit more rounder forward motion. And then down and forward with the feet, down and forward with the hands, but the ribs are pulling back. Somebody's got something attached to that right one and the left one.
Still pushing down and forward. Use your feet, maybe a little even more than your hands. And then release and roll up. Just one vertebrae stacking on top of the other, coming all the way up. Beautifully done. Take some twists. Inhale the arms up. One arm down. Remember, we're not pulling the knee in. And if you find that your knee is going in, stick a block between your legs. Then take the twist. Back arm, we grab the chair, then we let the shoulder, we roll it up and around. Beautifully done. And then just hold this twist and breathe. Yeah, let that breath just kind of wash up and down the spine. See if you can, as you inhale, you find length. As you exhale, can you feel the muscles of your abdominals hug in? Like somebody's put a corset on you and you're tightening. And then go ahead and release the tightening, release the hands, and bring yourself back. Was that too intense? Okay. Inhale. Other side. Hold the block, just helps us so we use our legs as well. And the shoulder up and around. Is that your same side or did you do the other side last time? Okay, I couldn't see all the way. Bless you, bless you. I was sneezing. Anybody after the wind the other night? I was just going crazy. You made me want to sneeze. It's all your fault. Wow, bless you. Thank you. So, shoulder back. Inhale, lengthen. Somebody's pulling those strings of your spine. I've got one more squeeze coming. Feel it. It's not quite ready yet. And then, right, as you tighten, as you exhale, feel like somebody's just kind of compressing your belly, your rib cage, just tighten. There's some small little intrinsic muscles. We're holding that twist and then gently release down. I really want to know, did we hold that too long? Did it bother your back at all? Okay. I'm kidding.
Feel good.
Okay. We're going to do one more. Inhale the arms up. Take it over to the side. So a lot of the stuff we're doing today is abdominal stuff. Okay. Hold on. Shoulder up and around. Right. Other hand here on the thigh. And you're using the hands mostly to hold you in place, but maybe a little bit of traction. Inhale, see if you can get taller. Exhale, see if you can find this big wide corset. I am so glad we do not wear corsets. That would be miserable. But at the same time, those muscles tightening on themselves is so fabulous. I could only imagine that you would have tightened as a woman wearing a corset. You would have tightened those muscles to get away from the corset. Release the hands and come back. A little bit of forward back movement before we do that second side. Just, it's kind of a cat-cow, right? It's just hinging at the hips. Inhale the arms out, last side. Take them back over, shoulder comes up and over. Find that. Use the hands, right? Inhale, lengthen through the body. Exhale, feel that tightening. The ribs actually will pull together. The waistline, even the low belly has some hugging. You feel the sides of the body pull towards the spine. You even feel the back pull in. It's tightening all the way around. Take one more inhale that takes you up. And one more exhale that just tightens. I can actually see your bellies. Just letting you know. Tighten, condense, release, and slowly come back. You okay? Okay. Holding it longer is kind of tough. So go ahead, we're gonna kind of go up and over to an angle. It's not gonna be forward, it's not gonna be to the side. It kind of will look like this. If you can take your arm and you can come up over like you're going over your knee. The hand can come down, elbows can go wide. We're stretching where we've just worked, okay? Hold the hands,
Push into the feet, tuck your chin, and then try to push your hip back down on the chair. Yeah?
We didn't do it, we were just watching.
Okay, oh, sorry. Come up over here so that you've got that round. Yeah. This shoulder can lift because you're trying to pull the ribs out of that hip. But I want you to push back down like you're pushing this hip back into the floor or into that chair. Push into your feet, because if you push into your feet, something's got to happen. It'll actually get higher in the ribs. And then gently release, kind of wiggle through. That's a fabulous side stretch. Okay. Second side, going up and over this way. Okay. Let the shoulder, it's lifting now for a reason. Notice that as the shoulder lifts, you get a deeper stretch in that mid back. Okay. Tuck your chin. That will help. Push into your feet. That will help you get higher. Then also pull that. It's your right hip. If you're live with me, if you're on the video, it's actually your left hip. And then gently release. Come all the way up. Is that okay? Go ahead and just a little swinging side to side. And then let your hands stay still and just almost like let's do the hula with our ribs. Just that barrel roll hula hoop. Reverse it. Beautifully done. Reverse it again. And last reverse. Fabulous. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of core ab work. Grab your block and put it between your thighs. Here, Tina. No. Yes? Okay. With the block between your thighs, okay, we're going to push not only the block away, but, well, actually, I'd really rather have you push here. So squeeze the block. I want you to push down, and I want you to pull the belly back. Tighten it as you go. Pull it back. Let it go. Pull it back. So it's like somebody's hands are reaching around and they're pulling you back. Okay? Pull you back. Shoulders can come forward, come back, pull you back. But we could do it this way, right? It's just a bend. It's not a bend. I mean, it is a bend, but it's not just a bend. So push down, pull away, push down, pull away, and come back out. Push down, pull away, come back, push down. Here's that corset right there, pulling the strings. Release, push, pull. Does this bug your knee at all, Larry? Pull back. Release it, pull back, okay? So I'm hoping that tonight, but more importantly, it'll be tomorrow and the next day, go ahead and release. That right in here, you kind of go, oh, what happened? So if you notice that, okay, I'll send you a text out. How are the ribs? Okay, these are such important muscles, and they're part of the breathing apparatus, right? When we inhale and we remember that expansion, we're creating more space wide so that also the diaphragm can drop deeper. It's all muscle, okay? And then as it comes up, we kind of narrow. So I'd like you to take your hands to your ribs. Make sure they're on your ribs. Find them. Find those floating ribs, okay? Put your hands right there. Now inhale and see. They're not moving, but try to expand the rib cage wide. Feel the hands pull away from each other. And then as you exhale, tighten. And you're not pushing, you're on your fingers, but they come back towards each other. Inhale, expand. Exhale. Inhale, expand. Exhale. Yes, yes. Inhale, expand. Exhale, tighten, 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 tighten. We haven't done that before. All right, good stuff. I think we need to work through our legs. Bring your block back. Take it out to the side a little bit. You can bring it up higher if you want, but it's out. It's not straightforward. It's turned out to the side, okay? Sit on the edge of your chair, and we're gonna get into that hip. Yeah, just wiggle it. Side to side. Bring your block more here, so that you've got, Joyce, you bring your block a little more forward too. Yeah, so that you've got a right angle or more. You can bring yours more. Yep, there you go. Awesome. More this way, more towards me. Yeah. So I want you it's deep into the hip socket, right? Yeah. Then go ahead and leave it out to the side. You can take the weight into the outside edge of your foot. You can actually lift the inner edge. And then you're gonna do a little forward and back. Oh, anybody feel that one? That's the one that gets my hip. Just a little forward, a little back, a little forward, and a little back, okay? And then release it. You're gonna actually move the block like you're gonna put this foot back on it over here, but instead, it's going to be this one back. So now I've crossed across my body. Okay, so it's almost like you've moved it over here to do the second side. Move it away, but I'm bringing this foot on top of it. This is psoas. This is actually the opposite of the psoas.
This same.
Yeah. And then we're gonna wiggle. How's that? It kind of feels awkward. You're like, but yeah, you're crossed across the body. I'd like you to take your body and twist over. Use a hand here. Still wiggle. Other hand can be on the chair. Still wiggle. We're getting a twist. And then I want you to hold it that way. The knees pulling the whole hip. Does anybody feel a stretch? You're going that way. No, yeah, twist that way. Yeah. Yep. Twist the other way, Gilbert. No, towards Michelle. Take your hand, right hand on your leg, left hand on the chair. There you go. Does anybody feel that here? The stretch along there? Okay, good. That's what we're looking for. If you happen to have the range of motion, you can totally take it into a bigger twist. You don't have to just stay. Pull the knee to this crossed over leg, pull it towards the other leg. That's going to help that stretch. And then release the body and take the leg down. Yeah. Okay. So that's just kind of working this out. Now bring it back to center because we're still working the same leg. You notice that we've gone from leg to leg. Yes. Yeah. So up and over, up and back, up and over, up and back, up and over. Notice we put it right in the middle here instead of out to the side. It's harder. Okay. This is harder here to touch. That one isn't, but this one is touch. Back up and over. Up and touch. Up and over. Can you do 3 more? Up and over. Burning thigh, burning hip. We can feel that last one. Here we go, back we go. Shake it out. Now, also take your foot on the block and just push it way far forward. Bring the heel on it, straighten the leg. You're gonna try, hinge right at the hip, slight bend in the knee, come forward for, there's a stretch. Yeah, on the back. If you'll flex your foot and feel like you're maybe just gently pushing the gas pedal forward, that will give you a little bit more. That's that opposition. Now, we're just gonna take and strum, cross and back. Yeah. Finding that sensation. Beautifully done. Just wiggling through that foot. Then go ahead and hold it in to the inside. And a little, well, you guys, you realize this is, my job is I just sit and, how can we do this?
Go ahead and release. Yeah, come on, shake it out. That's a lot of work.
Laughing at Gina.
I know. All righty. Grab the block, pull it back, take it to the second side. Okay. Foot stays out. Make sure that you're wide. Huh? Yeah, it'll be your left foot. You were all on the same foot. Okay, and just a wiggle. So notice we start really small movements. I think when we were younger, we'd just start going for a run, right? Yeah, we don't do that anymore. In fact, I was talking to a gal this morning after class, and she said, she's in her 40s now. She's like, running is so hard for my body. I just don't think it's the smartest thing to do. And that sometimes is true, right? And then hold it out to the outside edge. So you're going as wide as you can get it, but you're keeping your knee at the right angle. Try not, can you see the difference in my foot here? Let me pull it forward, okay? If I'm just here, look, my whole foot's moving and the leg. If I just do this, let's see if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. I'm just sickling the foot. So try to lift the inner edge of the foot out as well and keep the foot kind of flexed. There you go. And you're just going wide, and then we're going this way. Just a little forward and back and forward and back. Really trying not it just to be my head and my chest, that I'm really taking the top of the hip. It's called the iliac crest. We're just moving anteriorly forward and back. Just little. It also could be considered tuck the tailbone, stick the tailbone out. Either one gets this movement, but we're just trying to get a little bit of that range of motion. When we have propped the foot so it can't move, okay, when we do this with the hip, this bone and all of the tendons that connect these muscles here and all of the tendons that connect these muscles here, okay, we're pulling them away from each other. We're creating space in the hip socket. The hip socket likes space, okay? And then go ahead and wiggle it out a little bit. Take it over, and it's going to be like you're going to put this foot on it, but it's going to be the same foot. Okay. A little bit of a wiggle, and then we're going to twist. Put the hand here, reach. Now you're on the same leg. Somehow you twisted the other way, so yeah, there you go. And twist that one. Yep. Beautifully done. See if you can pull this in. Inhale, lengthen up. You're welcome to use the hand on the chair to maybe bend the elbow. Maybe you can get a little deeper rotation. Don't go too far. Twist the other way. Yep. Joan, twist the other way.
I'll raise this way to start with.
No, take the block closer to Joyce and move it this way. Move it forward towards me. Push it a little. Yep. Now go up. Yeah. Now twist it that way. Aha. Yeah, I know. Look at it. Look at it. No. You somehow you twisted the wrong leg. You put the wrong leg up on the block last time. Let me tell you, because I mirror usually when I teach, right? Then when I'm doing, I still mirror. The teacher will say left and I'll do right. And you're like, oh my gosh, come on. And gently release. Yeah. Nicely done. Yeah. Go ahead and take the block here. Oh, we're gonna do our up and down right in the middle, okay? So make it in the middle and then just up and down. Try not to be this way, because then it really is just momentum. Make it be quad and psoas working. Is it hurting? No. Little. Flex your foot. Does it still hurt?
Not yet, it will be.
Does that take the hurt out? To flex your foot, does it take the hurt out a little? It'll actually work this more too. Okay, how we doing? We burning yet?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, 3 more. So, notice we are honoring that, okay? 2 more. Last one. Honor. Give yourself, yeah, and shake it out. Woo, baby. And then push that forward. There you go. Heel on it, lean. Take that same hinge at the hips, the top of the hip moving forward. This knee can bend and just reach, and then you're just gonna push like you're pushing a gas pedal. Yeah. Spread through your toes. You'll feel what's amazing is I spread the toes, I feel the hamstring spread. Okay, and then strum it, just forward and back. The hamstring actually has 3 different pieces to it. So we're just accessing this inside, the middle, the outside. Yeah, and then just a little bit of, and release. Beautiful there. Okay, let's come up and stretch out. Sometimes when we work this intrinsically like this, the time just gets away from me. So come back. Oh, I'm right in the middle. Can't see you. Just stretch out. You know, grab it, walk back. Find that stretch on those hamstrings. A little bit of a bend in the knee, totally fine. And just reach the hips back. Push into your feet. Make sure the inner part of your feet. So, some of you've got your toes turning out a little bit. Turn the toes in, even more. And then a little narrower in your stance. So this is okay, but this is actually where the bone is stacked on bone, okay? So then push out, yeah. Push into both feet. Reach those hips back. Find that stretch. And then walk up. Jiggle them out. And then take them back. Take the stretch. Bend those knees. Reach through those hips. And walk back in. Wiggle it out. Maybe one at a time. Take it back again. Stretch. Last one that we're going to be doing to just work the muscle. Bend those knees. Don't let, when you bend the knees, watch up here. The knees don't move forward. It's not like I'm coming this way. I'm reaching my bum back. So if you have to move a little bit closer with the feet to get the rear end, like you're reaching for a chair that somebody put behind you and it's not there anymore. So you're holding that. And then you're just gonna push into your feet and do a little lift of those. It's glute, bum muscle, yes? Push into the heels a lot. Push into the heels, push into the inner foot. Just find that. And instead of pushing up, push down. Push down. Resist down. 2 more. 1. And last one. Come up. Yeah. Shake out. Okay. Working those leg muscles. Let's go ahead and just turn to the side. Hold on to one side of the chair. And then stand on that leg and just, the leg that's closest to the chair, just give yourself some hip circles. You're perfect. Yeah. And then try the other side. If you need to turn, you can turn. If you can do both with one hand, yeah. And then just swing it side to side. We'll do the swing on the other side. Sing it so you can swing it forward and back. Forward and back. Yeah. Plant. Let's swing the other side. Just swing it side to side. A little bit of forward and back movement. Yeah. Come back. See if you can do this standing. Bring your chair here. So it's on the mat. You're not moving your chair. I'm just moving me so that you can see. Take your feet wide. Turn your toes out. Yeah, heels in and just take a little bit of a bend. Okay. Yeah, just wiggle those hips. You can straighten one, you can go up and down. Really use your feet. Try to not, one of the things we tend to do, I'll come do it here so that they can see it here and you can see it, is we roll into the, can you see that, how I'm rolling the ankle? Try to push not on the inside, but get the outside. and then push into that outside as well as the inside edge. Yeah. Okay. It actually strengthens the legs a little bit. Yeah. And then just a little up and down, and then turn the toes in, slowly come back. Nice. Beautifully done. We're ready to come to the floor. So come all the way down onto your mats. I'm going to turn off the lights. And I told you we'd go start windshield wipers. We kind of always do that when we get down here. Arms out to the side, just moving side to side with your knees. As the knees go one direction, look away. Inhale up, look away. So you're just rocking across. Hopefully you can feel that in the sacrum, which is the back of, or the bottom of the low back. How you doing? Oh, I know, I made you work a little bit, how did I? There you go. You're ready to be able to do that golf swing. Yeah. Nice. I love how you've propped up your heads. Fabulous work. I don't even need me anymore. You guys know what to do. And up and back. Have you noticed that for a long time, we did almost the same thing every class? We're adding more and more into this. But also notice the thing end with windshield wipers, right? Reason for that. Then go ahead and knees knocked. That will release your low back. Better stick a block between them. So pause. Yeah. So Tina, let's put a block between those. Don't go quite as far out wide with your feet. Maybe a little closer and then try this. Better. Yeah. Release that back. Yeah. Nice. Holding still now. Yeah. I'm gonna have you use a block over wire with your feet out to the side wide. Yeah.
That's right. They won't listen.
There you go. And then blocks. Feel that how that releases your low back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This, however, I'm gonna do is too much. You can't go up there. There you go. Feel better. Okay, so I'd like you to push the back of your head into the blanket. Push down at the back of the head. Yeah. Hold your knees still now. Hold this. There you go. So pushing into the back of the head, notice what happens in the shoulders. Letting the back of the head push down, maybe some of the shoulders can lift a little bit. That's working the back of the neck. It's working down into it, and then release. Rock your head side to side. Releasing the back, rubbing it out. Go ahead and nod a little bit. Yeah. Then push back into the head one more time. Push in enough that you feel the shoulders start to lift. You can let them lift, but you don't have to. And then release. Let your head go side to side. Beautifully done. And then just work your way into Shavasana. I've got your bolsters here. Put them under the knees. You want blockers? There we go.
I know what you're gonna do.
It's better now. There we go. There we go. That's it. Oh, beautiful. Go ahead and
everything relax. Breathing deeply. Come back to your 3-part breath. Will you bring your hands to your belly? Inhale for 3 counts. Pause. Bring the hands to the ribs. Inhale for 3 counts. Same inhale. Pause. Hands to the chest. Inhale. Notice it's a little easier to do here. Exhale. It's like the rolling pin goes all the way down from your chest to your ribs to your belly. Try it again. Inhale for 4 counts. 3, 4, pause. Inhale, ribs. 2, 3, 4, pause. Inhale, chest. 2, 3, 4, pause. Exhale. And let the breath return to normal. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording. You guys can stay for a little bit longer here. Honoring the body right where it's at. It's taken a lifetime to get it where it's at. It may have been a lifetime of not paying attention some of the time. We all have those moments. Maybe it's been some time of overeating. Maybe it's been some time of inactivity. Maybe there's been injury. But it's still your body, and it's still beautiful, and it's still a marvelous gift, and still so much more is going right than is going wrong. And we want to honor this body, this gift. This shift I made, it's been probably about 10 years now, where I really, really started to understand, and I'm sure I could still probably go volumes to learn. When we honor the gift that it is, that gift can then respond. If all we think of is what we don't like about it, or what is not working, then that's where our focus and that's where our energy goes. Continuing to breathe, bring the hands to your heart center. Namaste.